We watched Netflix's Awake $1 Million Game.
Did we lose sleep because we couldn't stop watching it?
Or did it have us counting sheep? Hello, welcome to Visual Recreation. I'm your host, Drew, and this is my co-host, Joey. How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but good. Yeah. How about you?
I'm okie dokie, Joey.
Okie dokie. Well, that's good to hear because like we mentioned in the intro, we watched the Netflix competition-based show called Awake $1 Million Game.
Don't sleep. This is Awake $1 Million Game.
Now, this is a game where 7 people are kept awake for 24 hours counting quarters, and they're trying not only to just count a lot and put it in their bins, but they're also trying to keep tally of how much they counted because that could come in handy later on in the show.
That's right. Now, after 24 hours, the contestants are brought out to a live audience where 2 people are automatically eliminated. First person eliminated is the one that counted the least amount of quarters or has the least amount of money in their bank, and the second is the least accurate.
That's right. Now, the next 5 contestants will be put through a gauntlet of games like threading needles, catching money, falling from balloons, or fixing picture frames, stuff that's easy if you're fully rested and you've been awake, but things that are super difficult when you're extremely exhausted. After every game, there's a section called the buyout, and this is where contestants are given 10 seconds to take a sum of money. It's good if you feel like you've done the worst in the round and you want to leave, so you take some money with you.
Yeah, it's also a fun mental game because you're trying to psych out your opponent, because if you feel bad, like you've done the worst in that round, you're going to try to say that you did well, all while trying to get your opponent to press that button even if they didn't do the worst in that round. But you're also trying to beat the clock because if nobody else takes it but you feel like you've done the worst, you're going to have to hit that button. Now, if you are the last person standing, you have to guess the amount of money you counted, and then if you're within $500, you get to win the big bank. And if you want to press your luck and think you are $25 either higher or lower than the number you just guessed after being up for 24 plus hours, gone through a gauntlet of games, you could possibly win $1 million. Now, Joey, I turn it over to you.
Okay.
What are your overall thoughts on Awake $1 Million Game? Did you watch it before we suggested it for this video, or is this your first time viewing as well?
This is my first time viewing it, but yeah, overall thoughts, I liked the game. Very, very good show. Better than Floor's Lava, in my opinion. I know we watched that in a couple videos ago, but yeah, it was very interesting just to see how these 7 contestants were counting their quarters in the beginning. 24 hours, you'd think you'd put some kind of system together to count it and keep track, but I don't even know how well I would do in 24 hours counting quarters. Like watching the show and you put yourself in it, you're like, yeah, it's just counting quarters.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of quarters.
Just fixing picture frames.
Yeah, it's just balancing the balls through acrylic tubes.
Okay, that one's hard. That one looks hard.
I don't know. I think I could do it.
Okay, well,
maybe not after 24 hours.
Yeah, we'll keep you up for 24 hours.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I thought the games were really cool that they had to compete in. It reminded me of like the minute to win it challenges.
Yeah, agreed.
Very simple games, but yet complex to the contestants because they've been awake for a long time. Still fun to watch them compete in those games, and just seeing how off people's counts were or how close they were.
Yeah.
Man, there was a heartbreaking episode in there. But yeah, overall thoughts, very good show. I enjoyed it a lot. What about you?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this show. This is actually my second. I gave it a shot when it first came out, and then I didn't really care for it. Maybe it was the company I was with, or when I was watching it. But watching it now, I thought it was really, really fun, really, really enjoyable. It's one of those shows where you're like, okay, well, they really hit the peak of like, what will people do for more money?
Right.
Because it's like, we're gonna keep you up for 24 hours and then put you through like these games that could be humiliating for you and just make you look like a fool in front of Netflix's huge widespread of audience members.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really enjoyable. It was really fun to watch. I really do enjoy a lot of the host. Now, I know we were talking about like comparing this to The Floor is Lava. We're just comparing it because we watched it so recently, and these are two Netflix shows. If we didn't watch them so close together, I don't think we would be comparing the two because they're two different shows.
They're two
altogether.
very different shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find this one more enjoyable.
but this one was way more enjoyable. Yeah. So we kind of already touched on some of the stuff that we like. Let's keep going with that.
Okay.
As we move forward, I really did like the host. I like the idea of like counting quarters for 24 hours. And you could just tell, like, I liked the beginning aspects of the show where they show the deterioration as the time goes on because everybody's like super excited. They're doing like squats with the coins. They're counting. They're throwing their stuff. They're doing like all this stuff.
And then
like
by the end, they're like,
yeah, they're sleeping. One woman was like, I think she flipped a coin and was like, oh, the universe is telling me to stop. And then she just stops counting quarters. And then she got eliminated because she got in the least.
Yeah. Well, first of all, whenever the contestants are first brought out at the very beginning of the show and they're going through like who everyone is, the introductions and stuff, they're already making themselves look silly. So, but I mean, they're already there. They've been up or exhausted for 24 hours, so they're already there. I enjoyed the idea that they can win everyone else's money.
Oh, so yeah,
the big bank factor of it that was really cool. But yeah. Can we talk about the heartbreak episode?
I mean, if you want to
throw that in there. I feel for Kyle.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kyle, man, you had it. You were this dude counted for 24 hours straight like everyone else, and he was $5 off.
Yeah, was his final guess.
His final thing when they're like, "How much did you count?" He said his number. He was $5 off. That means he could win the $1 million. But he didn't risk it, which is understandable. Like you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a little bit unsure, then why risk it? Because then you're walking away with nothing.
That is such a niche thing. That why like the ratio that you would be right after 20 something hours and then playing all these games and then to just throw out a number and think, am I $25 over or under and I would lose everything, is such a minutia like possibility that you would win all that money. So I think that's one of the critiques I have about this show is that it doesn't push people to go further because that is such a... You're essentially $25. It gives you a $50 margin of error. And a lot of people, I think, would not even go for it. Like the accountant who does that for a living didn't go to even try for the big bank where you would be 250 over or lower. So I think 250 is fine. Or no, 500. The 500 is a good mark. But I think if you want people to go farther and possibly risk it more on the million, you gotta maybe make the range a little bit more, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but at the same time, like, I don't think the show is designed to give people money. Like, they don't want someone to win the million, so they're not hoping for people to go for it. I mean,
but I think they want people to go for it because then it makes the episodes more exciting. You want people to be nudged in that way but if people are just like not even going for the big bank or will go for the big bank and that's it, like you're kind of done. Like you don't want you want that like $1 million feeling. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty let down. I was pretty let down in the third episode where the girl was like not even going for the big bank. I was like, you made it this far, just go for it. You're an accountant, just go for it. But she's like, I'll just take $30,000, and I'm like, I don't blame you, but also I blame you.
Yeah. Now, since we're talking about things that we didn't necessarily like about the show, I would say for me, like when Kyle was getting to the end, and he like so after everything, the buyout or whatever, they're like, do you want to see what happens next? Like,
Yeah.
like, could you have won, or like, did you not win? And then they show the results either way. I think once they get to like the big bank or the $1 million whatever, you don't need to tell us if we could have won. Just
No,
like,
you need to
no,
know.
like,
You
no,
need to
man.
know.
It was so heartbreaking for him, man, that he
So
he
what?
found out that he could have won $1 million.
No,
Oh, come on.
I don't agree with you on that one. We have to know. You can't just like walk away and not show anybody, even if they're lying
thanks
about
for
it.
playing. Thanks for playing. See you on the next one. We don't need to know.
Yeah, no, we do need to know. We do need to know. I need to know at
Well,
least.
fine. Maybe the audience should know. Maybe the audience should know through the episode, but not the contestant right there, man. Broke his heart.
No, you gotta break
his
people's
heart.
hearts. Just like how you figure out with the buyouts, like
Yeah.
with the people who with the
But
buyouts.
if you sucked at the
did
game,
worst.
you know you sucked at the game.
No, everybody sucked at that picture frame game.
Well, everyone sucked at the acrylic tube game too.
Another thing that I didn't like was the variations of the games were so different, in my opinion, in entertainment value. Like you were saying, the acrylic tube was fun. I thought the ruler one was my favorite because that's the one where it's like I really want to do that, like just to test myself. Like I would like to do different experiments to like do that, or the egg face one.
Yeah.
I think it really tests
The
what
reaction
happens.
games were fun, yes.
Yeah. And then when we get to like fixing picture frames or needling or putting the thread to the needle, the farm noises one, I get were to test your skills, but they weren't as fun to watch as some of the other ones. So when they came up, I was like, all right, we get it. People don't know what a bee sounds like. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But I will say that.
I think I heard a camel in there. Never heard a camel before, but I think
Yeah, here's a giraffe.
was it it was something
It was
like
something
that.
like
I was
that.
like,
There
oh
was
my
like-
gosh, dude.
I will say that 24 hours are when I'm not having a lot of sleep. I am loopy at first, and then I get easily angered and get easily frustrated. So let me tell you right now that I was getting upset with people trying to like needle the thing.
Oh yeah.
But man, if I was on that show and I was like 24 hours
You'd be
in,
losing your mind.
oh my gosh, people would know how bad I was doing if I couldn't get that. Like that one guy was like, I'm doing it. I would probably be missing the first one, and I would be smashing that thing. I would be yelling. Like it would have been bad.
Yeah.
People would be like, he's definitely pressing that button.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical at first. I kept trying to see find the fakeness in the show. Like,
Yeah.
were these people really up for 24 hours? Were they up for 24 hours and then they got a night's sleep and then came on the show? Or but no, they legit look like they were up for that long.
Yeah. I was actually surprised how alert they were after 24 hours. I guess it's just adrenaline at that point, especially coming out to a full audience, because you could just tell that some people can't handle less sleep than others.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, some people did end up falling asleep at their table.
yes,
So
which I would do that too. I'd be like, I counted a good amount, take a nap, try to wake up, and then I'm trying to get any advantage I can.
did you see the episode that it started with 5 contestants?
No,
You did not see that?
I think I skipped over that one.
Okay, well, yeah. So that one, 2 guys couldn't even make it past counting the quarters. So that one's a fun one to watch.
That's
You
just a
should check
mental
that one
game
out.
right there. That's a mental game right there.
Yeah, one of them was like drinking coffee or energy drinks like every hour or whatever. Like he was just downing energy drinks and coffee, so it took himself out. Too much.
Don't do that.
Yes, don't do that.
I would be drinking coffee, but I wouldn't be hammering down both of them at the same time.
Yeah, it was something like that. He was just taking in too much.
That is too much. All right, Joey, I have to ask you,
Yeah.
would you want to do this show?
Yes, absolutely. Sign me up. I can do it. I can count quarters.
Oh, okay, well, here's another one.
I already have a strategy.
Joey is yet again overconfident. He was very confident about Floor is Lava. Now he is very confident about Awake.
Yes. Very confident.
I want to see you on these shows to see how confident.
Listen, I won't. I can't
going.
drown in a wake, so. Like if in lava, you fall in the water. Like if you're exhausted, you could be gone, man. You don't come back up.
You're not doing. You're not a wake, a lava, floor story.
A combined show.
Kind of quarters that I gotta make it over. All right, who's gonna be hosting that one? Brian, whatever Ledge or
both of them? They'll co-host it.
I want the host from Awake way more than I want.
He's
whatever the guys from Floor is Lava's name is.
I don't remember.
But we can meet him at the end of the show.
You can, yeah, if you make it past without falling in the lava.
I think I would really enjoy.
Would you do it? Yeah.
I think I would really enjoy doing this show. Well, not enjoy it because I'm staying up for 24 hours. I just think I would be the one guy that's like counting quarters, but then I would mess myself up trying to mess other people up. Yeah. So I would be the annoying fun guy.
So listen, I used to work overnights.
Whoa.
I'm not a morning person.
Brag about it.
So, I mean, I think my experience coming up to this show is pretty good. I think I can handle being awake for 24 hours.
Okay, well...
I mean, I'd have to go at least an hour or two more after that for the actual game or whatever, however long that takes. But I think I can handle it.
It takes a while. Like, you can tell the different production styles and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But, all right, final thoughts before we wrap up this episode, Joey?
Final thoughts. I think it's a great game show to watch. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out if you haven't already, especially if you just need something fun to watch to get your mind off things or whatever, or just to have something, I don't know. It's funny. It's fun. It's exciting. Yeah.
And very family friendly.
It is very family friendly.
So you can have the whole family watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a lot of fun. I would, if you're trying to figure out whether it's decent or not, it's definitely worth the watch, I think. I think it's just fun to watch something that how the contestants are dealing with less sleep and then trying to do these games. And yeah, I really do find this one a lot more enjoyable than, say, Floor is Lava.
Yeah.
But both give you something in the entertainment world. But I do feel like Awake is just a more fun, and it's also more of a game show.
Yeah, I feel like
it has more of that game show.
Floor is Lava is something that is fun that you can play in the background.
Yeah.
Whereas Awake is something that you want to pay attention to.
I would love.
You want to see what the contestants are doing. So
exactly. Well, I think that's it.
That's it. That's everything.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, and let us know in the comment section if you watched Awake. What are some other Netflix game shows or other game shows that you've seen recently that you think is good? Let us know in the comment section below.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in the next one.